Evil comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hi, everybody. You're going to be on mute for a second. All right, everybody. My wife and I had to talk about bookshelves for a second. We have a lot of books, man. A lot of books. A lot of self-help books. I'm just kidding. Okay. I see people are getting on, so I will go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, Patricia. Good afternoon. So, for the folks that know me, you know I don't like to, it's the best word, brag. But I'm going to today, not really brag, but brag. Need to blow my nose. For the last 2 years, well, ever since I got my recovery coach license, about 3 years now. I don't know how long it's been. I've been having to fight a community that does not want to see my brand of recovery around. And they don't want it because it deals with success rates. They don't want that. See, if these people don't stay sick, they don't make their money. They don't want mine. And I get pushback on them. I tell you what, I'm kind of a relentless motherfucker. When I want something and I know that it is right, and God continues to bug me about it, I don't relent. Ask my wife. I don't relent. Would you mind being a little more astute on your Dorito grabbing there? Thank you. And I put in a lot of work towards this. And I have some things coming into fruition today. And I don't know if they'll actually come into fruition. See, I've never experienced this, so I don't really know what to expect, right? And I know there are things going on, and it is moving forward, but it doesn't feel like it. So sometimes it gets frustrating. And of course, it's a big thing. I may be making a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be, but I don't think so. Right? Let's just all agree on the fact that we need to help the homeless and the vets. That relying on the government is not going to be okay. Monty, good to see you, brother. Roger and I are getting together next month. He's going to be on the show. Thank you for that introduction. What a wonderful man. What a wonderful dude. We had a great conversation. A lot of laughing. Mostly at ourselves. But there's a need. And I don't know what it is and why people fear it. Or I just don't understand why people fear tackling the homeless problem. Okay? Not the homeless themselves. And what I'm doing is I'm not bringing around a new type of recovery. I'm not doing that. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm following the traditions. I'm following the traditions, and that's why I'm where I'm at. Okay. Traditions doesn't deal with money. So it's been a while. And one day, because of my astuteness, somebody reached out to me. I'm going to give you the very short version. Okay. I'm going to do a quick plug here. Monty runs the Take 12 radio. Listen to it. I love it. It's my type of talking, man. It's my kind of sobriety, my type of recovery. So if you want some good recovery, go listen to that stuff. They've been doing a whole series on language of the heart, and it's been awesome. All right, that was a quick plug for my friend there. So last October, I got a phone call from a friend Mark, and what had happened was the TV executives here in town had to deal with the VA on a personal level. They didn't like it. They did not like their experience, which is a good thing. All right. And if you know anything about TV executives, if they ask for a cup of coffee, it's done now. Everything is, they're used to being the boss. There's a reason that they're the boss, and they're very good at it. But when these people want something, they just do it. So they reached out to their people in the name of Vance Johnson. They reached out to Vance Johnson. And Vance Johnson, if you don't know who he is, was one of the three amigos when John Elway won the Super Bowl. And in Colorado, he's a big deal. Well, he's out in Arizona. He has a couple of treatment centers, and he does real well out there. And they reached out and said, we love what you're doing out there in Arizona. Can you come to Colorado and do the same thing? He said, I would love to, but Phoenix is my home, so it's going to be limited. And that's when they reached out to me. They said, okay, well, we need some recovery advocates. And why I was picked, I don't know, but God does what he does. So I was presented with this and was told, Dion, you're our guy on this. Okay. I don't know what that really means, if I'm some part of a dream team or whatever, but I do know things are getting done. Okay. What this does is it allows me to do fundraising without government interference. Okay. Keep that in mind. The first time I got sober, I was in a place called the Phoenix Concept, and it worked. It worked. We did not get very many, we didn't have that much turnover. I'll put it that way. I don't know what the success rate was, but it was higher than most. So what would happen, now remember this is the 90s, early 90s. What would happen is some guy would just walk in off the street. Because we were located next to Jesus Saves. We were down in Skid Row. I was 18 at the time. Okay. This was a year-long program. You did not work. No, we were self-sustaining through our own contributions. Okay. We had at least 3 in-house meetings a day. So imagine you could do your 90 and 90. You did it. I think I did I don't know, whatever 4 times 90 is. Well, that's more than that. I'm not even going to try math. I'm not even trying to tackle math right now. Okay, we made piggy blanks. We made piggy banks and plaques, and we created stuff, and then we put them out in the main room, and people would donate, and that's how we fed ourselves. Okay, I'm going to do this a little differently, though. So I went to more than that. That's why I'm not. Yeah, let's not do. Yeah. If you smoked, you got a pack of cigarettes every day. We didn't eat the best because we had coffee. I know where that coffee came from because I ended up working for that company for a little bit. Okay. But what it was about was you focusing on your recovery. Okay. Because here's the problem: the homeless and vets, a lot of them can't work yet. Okay. In Colorado, the only outlet really for homeless and vets right now is sober living. Don't even bother trying to get a treatment. Good luck. Okay. That, and I don't go for this, man. So what happens is these people are willing. They're willing to get sober. They're willing to do the work. But in order for them to get that, they have to actually work at a sober living, because that's how sober living survives. You got to pay your rent, or sober living won't be around. Okay? That's just business. And there's our problem. Not going to get into that today. Right? But they can't work. So they just ended up back at detox because they would relapse, go through. I mean, it's just a system, and it keeps these people sick. I'm done with it. Today, I find, thank you, God. Today, I'm going to meet with him. His name is Peter, and he is the decision maker over at Rocky Mountain Detox. And I met him when he came and toured the detox I was working at. I loved their presentation, and I just loved him. He was fantastic. So I gave him a call about a month ago. I'm like, hey, Peter, I have this situation, and I think you and I can do something about this. The only problem is they're for profit, and that does, but we have somebody else's 501c3 that we're going to be using. Actually, we're going to be helping their 501c3. His name's Russell Wilson, if you know him. He's a quarterback of the Denver Broncos. He's not very good when it comes to that stuff, so we've been asked to kind of help him. So we're going to. Yeah. So what? He's just another person. So I called them, and Rocky Mountain Detox, as far as detoxes go, I mean, posh. They don't take Medicaid. They can't, because Medicaid won't cover it. So why should these people be treated different because of their insurance? That's a no-go for Dion. That's a no-go. Okay. So here's the trick. We're going to fundraise. Okay. We're going to take that fundraising money. We're going to put them through that detox. Posh. Your own room. IV. Yeah. It's going to be a lot easier for them. Why should they not be treated with dignity and respect? They should be. Okay. But then check it out. After detox, treatment. Their treatment takes Medicaid. Okay. They'll go from detox straight to treatment. We ain't fucking around. Nope. Straight to treatment. There's going to be no lapse there. I'm getting rid of it. Doesn't need to exist. After treatment, they go into the recovery home that I was just talking about, so that they can reintegrate back into society, so that they can have a stable relationship with their primary care physician. I already have another business that's willing to give me bulk time for them. I don't need to bring on counselors and all these other things. They don't need it. That's an outside resource. See, it's about using your resources, and that's what I will do. This isn't a Dion thing. This is a we thing, man. This is about all of us, and it will affect all of us. Okay, and it will work, and I know it'll work because I've done it. And I'm sitting here before you as a person who has been through a lot in his life. Okay. I drank with the Allman Brothers. So what? I've been on Skid Row. Okay. but I've met a lot of big people. I've gone the gamut, and I know what it's like, and I know what homeless need. And I tell you right now, their number one need is not a roof over their head. They feel embarrassed to ask for that. No, I'll tell you the number one answer: someone who actually cares. I have resources, Gary. But yeah, I can't talk later. I have a very busy day today. So from there, and we don't stop there. No. Mm-mm. We got to keep these guys busy. Let's say some guy, this person likes to paint. We're gonna go dip into the fundraising money. We're gonna get him the equipment that he needs, and then he can paint his stuff, put it out in the main room. This will be the difference. I'm still considering it, but that donation either goes straight back into the recovery home to help more, or I'm thinking that maybe that money could go into a bank account for that person. So that way, when they move out, they have money that they made, that they earned. Okay? I ain't done yet. GEDs, education. What we're going to be doing, and this is where my friend Mark comes in, is we're going to be opening companies for these people to work at. We're going to let them run them. Everything is going to be peer. This is a 12-step process. We're 12-step based, and I'd say pushing Christianity based. I'm God based. It's probably the way I should say it. Right? But that flow right there will get it. What it does is it provides recovery equity, and then everybody has a shot at the same stuff, including our homeless and our vets. That will make the executives happy. And when they're happy, we can raise more money to do more things. That's just where we're starting. So that's what my meeting is about today. Can we make that flow work? Is it going to happen? And that's not going to be my decision. That's going to be Peter and David's decision. I just put these two people together. I'm the good looks. I'm just there. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I needed to gab and get that off my chest a little bit, at least. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out and